Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie, it's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep, I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left, and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate, and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
Mmm, so good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Thank you all, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us in our celebration today, both here in person and virtually, being live streamed here today. So thank you all for joining us. Is anyone here, it's their first time being here? Show of hands. Wow, that's great. Yes, welcome. And thank you for being part of this today. A few words that come to mind for me when I think about a graduation and working here. My name is Jaffer Malik. I am the controller here at Guide Dogs for the Blind. I've been here almost 8 years now, which is incredible. Those words are gratitude, dedication, commitment, and love. All right. We're live streaming today, speaking of love and beautiful, from our beautiful California campus. And again, whether it's your first time here or you've been to 30, 40 of these, again, thank you for being here, and we're so glad to be here with you. Today, speaking of gratitude and commitment from many, we're here to celebrate 2 new breeder dogs, 2 new canine buddy teams, and 6 new guide dog teams. Yes. And that applaud is appropriate because we're also here to applaud the generosity, commitment, and dedication from everybody who makes this possible. Okay. Speaking of commitment, our puppy raisers. That's the first group I'd like to thank. Do we have any puppy raisers here today? Yes, thank you. Yes. There's no words to describe how grateful we are for what you do. We literally could not do what we do without you. The hard work, dedication, love, and sacrifice when you return the dog back to us after a year in your home. We are so grateful for everything that you do to make this possible. Okay. And the other thing I want to highlight also, we'll hear from a few puppy raisers here today who have helped make today possible. And even the puppy raisers who raise dogs who do not raise successful guide dog teams, the hard work, dedication, the amount of work that goes into that, we recognize and want to acknowledge that it's the same. And it's just that dedication enables us to learn from things. And the beauty of it is that some of those go on to be either career change with canine buddy teams, which are just part of our programs, other organizations, or just hopefully another happy member of a happy home as well. So another round of applause and thank you to all the puppy raisers. The commitment and generosity, again, our donors. We receive no government funding. I'm in accounting, I know more than anyone how important this is and how grateful we are for you to help us provide a lifetime support for all of our alums at no cost to them. Okay, another round of applause, please. We're so thankful for your support, and I wanted to special thank you and shout out to Lillian Tremoroli, who, through her generous sponsorship, is providing a harness for every guide dog team in 2025. Yeah. Thank you very much. In addition to our network of over 3,000 puppy raising volunteers, we have upwards of another 1,000 other volunteers, both on campus, in the community, work with us in accounting. We consider them part of our team. Another huge thank you to you for everything you do to make our mission and days like today possible. So. And last but not least, this one makes me emotional. I'm very proud and honored to stand here and say thank you to all of our employees. Really, it's incredible. I've been here for 8 years, and we work with a lot of incredible, talented, dedicated individuals that, again, makes it possible for us days like this today, but also makes it incredibly special for me every day just coming to work. I work with a lot of very special people, and I don't take that for granted. So really, thank you to all of you. Right? To get started, we want to share a short video about our mission. The video is audio described, so in addition to captions, you will also hear a narrator, a second voice describing the scenes in the video. These inclusive features ensures that everyone can access and enjoy the video. Get away.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program,
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Wow, that's incredible. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit more about our programs and we'll hear from several people today who, again, are part of this incredible ceremony and some of the incredible work that goes into making today possible. To start us off, we're going to hear from Kate Daugherty, who is going to present and introduce us to the Canine Buddy teams.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kate. I have the honor of presenting our Canine Buddy teams that are graduating today. They were not able to be here, but I have notes from all of them that they would like me to share. The first one is Karina of Allen, Texas. She received Button, a female yellow Labrador Golden Retriever cross, raised by Macy Owens of Houston, Texas, and Brooke Maniscalco of Hockley, Texas. A quick note from the client, Karina and her family are thankful for all of Button's puppy raisers who poured their love and care into raising her into a beautiful, loving dog that she has grown into. Their love and care shines through Button's personality. We especially enjoy and love Button's affectionate and cuddly side. Button got accepted by our two cats right away, which we think has a lot to do with how Button interacted with them when first meeting them. And the photo descriptions that we have up on the screen, there are two photos. The first is Karina sitting on a leather couch with Button lying on the couch beside her. Karina has an open book in her lap and is smiling at the camera. The second photo is Karina and Button on a walk together on a paved path surrounded by trees. So we also have a note from the raiser. From the moment we picked up Button at the puppy center, she was truly as cute as a button. Throughout raising her, she proved to be a bit more of a challenge, mainly because of her sensitive nature. While she would certainly work for food, she thrived most on affirmations, love, and plenty of cuddle sessions. Button believed that everyone she met was her friend, and well, she wasn't wrong. Between her two co-raisers, Button double majored in agriculture and English at Texas A&M University, making friends wherever she went. When it came to say goodbye before recall, Button made sure no lap went empty. She soaked up every last cuddle she could get, usually while rolling over for one more belly rub. We always hoped that if Button decided guide work wasn't for her, she would become a canine buddy for someone very special. And oh, has she ever found her match. Karina and Button are the perfect pair. I have no doubt that Button will get all the daily affirmations and snuggles her heart desires. Karina, you are Button's person. I know she'll never leave your side, not just because she's a Velcro dog, but because her love is endless. I hope the two of you go on many adventures together and experience everything life has to offer. I wish you both the very best of luck, and I can't wait to see you again soon. So the two photos we have up on the screen, the first is young Button's first day of work picture. She is sitting on a blanket in front of her new desk, looking at the camera, waiting for her name to be added to the desk under the previous puppies' names. The second is older Button, looking at the camera and smiling, and behind her is a field of pink flowers. Congratulations, Karina and Button. Next up, we have Donald Roberts of Chico, California. He received Swift, a female yellow Labrador Golden Retriever cross, raised by Terry Tomei of Marana, Arizona. A note from the client. On August 29th, our family increased by one, specifically a beautiful golden Labrador Retriever mix named Swift, a happy, outgoing, people-loving canine buddy who came into our Northern California home. Swift has radiated joy and contentment ever since arriving in our home. She loves our two small grandchildren, ages 7 and 2 and 1.5. She was a bit reluctant to play with her toys at first, possibly because she was concerned this was too good to be true. Swift loves to walk along on her leash with us and loves meeting people. She could easily be called an ambassador of joy. We exchanged emails with Terry Tomei, her puppy raiser, and we will continue to keep in touch with Terry. She returns the love we show her, and we consider her a blessing. On the screen, we have two photos. In the first, Donald sits at home in his living room in an armchair. Swift is sitting next to him and is smiling at the camera as Donald pets her head. On the other side of the chair, kneeling on the floor, is Donald's wife. The second is a close-up of Swift as she sits on a wooden bench on a sunny day, smiling at the camera. From the razor, Swift is truly a special girl, and raising her was a tremendous joy. She came with all the good traits, including taking every situation in stride and doing it with confidence and never wavering throughout her puppy-raising journey with me. Swift and my granddaughter Mackenzie were only about 3 weeks apart in age, and they both grew up together. Mackenzie would often read to Swift. Some of my favorite memories are of the two girls sitting together in Swift's open crate with a good book, as you can see in the picture. After raising her, I watched Swift's journey continue. She became a charter stock breeding dog and delivered 9 beautiful puppies. She then spent some time in guide dog training before finding her place in the Canine Buddy program, where she truly excelled. Through it all, Swift waited patiently, and I believe she was simply waiting for the right person. That person is you, Donald. You and Swift have found the perfect match in each other, and I know you will make a great team. I'm also certain she will enjoy your grandchildren just as much as she bonded with my granddaughter. I would also like to give a heartfelt thanks to everyone who helped so Swift could be where she is today, right by Donald's side. It truly takes a village. That village includes the GDB staff, the family who hosted her as charter stock breeding dog, and the Tucson Puppy Raiser Club, whose members supported us in so many ways, both large and small. And on the screen, there are 2 photos. The first is granddaughter Mackenzie reading a book to Swift as she sleeps in an open dog crate. The second is Swift lying on a pool desk, looking inquisitively at the camera. Pool deck, looking inquisitively at the camera. Congratulations to Donald and Swift. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Priscilla Blanco, one of our qualified instructors that instructed in this class.
All right, up next, we have our graduating guide dog teams to present. So first we'll start off with Judy Barclay of Chico, California, who received Doppler, a male yellow Labrador retriever. Doppler was raised by Michelle Chun of Alhambra, California, Nancy Garduno of San Rafael, David Daniel, Rebecca Garcia of Los Angeles, California, and Doppler is Judy's 4th gift from God. She loves to travel and is excited for her new adventures with Doppler. All right.
Here I go already. Oh, I am truly a blessed child of God, and it has been a rough season for me, including the loss of my husband, my niece, and my brother within a short period of time. And then my previous guide retiring, and 3 weeks later being diagnosed with AFib and spending almost the last year in bed. And my surgeries have been successful, and I knew I could get back my strength and my stamina. I generally walk between 500 and 600 miles a year, but I wasn't sure I was going to get my confidence back. Doppler heel. Doppler sit. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So I came back to campus with some trepidation. I have been visually impaired my entire life. I've had a can-do attitude, but I was a bit worried about the level of vision that I had, and I had, as I've mentioned, become very apprehensive. God promised me the perfect dog at the perfect time more than 2 years ago. And I complained for quite some time until he reminded me did I not tell you I have the perfect dog at the perfect time? I said, you did. Do you trust me? I do. Then quit complaining. So I did quit complaining. I then had 2 heart surgeries. I forgot how good it felt to feel good. I came back here, met this bundle of joy that these precious, precious people have gifted me. On Thursday of this week, we had a very long route. We worked the streets of El Cerrito. We got on the BART. We rode the BART down to Berkeley. We worked in Berkeley. And we were blasting down the street at my old normal pace. And I said to Priscilla, the perfect dog at the perfect time that just gave me my confidence back. I am so thrilled to have him and be a team, and together we can do anything. And watch out, world, because here we come.
Wow, Judy, I said I wouldn't cry. Thank you. I'm Michelle. So when I first started raising for guide dogs for the blind more than 30 years ago, I dreamed about the impact I could hopefully make in someone else's life. It's why I chased down that puppy raiser on campus years ago, asking how to get started. What I didn't realize was the impact that puppy raising would have in my own life. The immense sense of satisfaction, seeing a tiny puppy experiencing many of their firsts and then growing into a young dog ready for whatever adventures came next. And the amazing supportive people that are part of this world. And I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone that's part of my community, because as you all know, we don't do this alone. At the time that Doppler came home, I was pretty ambitious. I was raising another puppy for GDB that wouldn't go back for another month. I was still recovering from knee surgery and not yet fully mobile. Honestly, what could go wrong? But Doppler was up for the challenge. He was a super pup, learning good things from his older puppy sister, housebreaking in record time, and even agreeing to sleep through the night in his crate. It'd been a while since I co-raced with anyone, and I was so grateful to Nancy, Raphael, and their kids for giving Doppler the fun and the playtimes when I was still limping off to PT and having restricted movement. He traveled between our homes, and I think it made him so adaptable and opened up so many experiences and opportunities for him. They're brave people who opened up their home as first-time raisers to the chaos of a puppy. Doppler is an amazing, kind, smart, brave, loving dog that is always up for a play session, or if you just wanted to sit and cuddle for a bit. I'm so happy that the Bopple man, or Doppelbopple as I often call him, found his partner in Judy. I can say that she is an amazing, brave, kind, resilient, smart, and loving person who has the perfect match in Doppler. The challenges she overcame have brought her to here and now, and I know she's so ready for it. Thank you for Judy for becoming the newest member of my GDB family. We can't wait for all the adventures that are yet to come for the two of you.
Hi, my name is Nancy. I'm the other co-racer of Doppler. And first I want to thank GDB for letting us be part of this, to Michelle, to agree to co-race with us. And when we drove to our first puppy truck to meet our chunky potato, I reminded my kids, this is not our puppy, and not to fall in love with him, while also thinking, don't get attached, don't get attached, don't get attached. And by the end of the first month, guess what happened? We all get attached and found ourselves loving Doppler. His silly tippy toes, the prancing pony, and wiggle butt who'll make you smile regardless of anything else happening before he will say hi to you. After we drop him off for formal training and weeks turn into months, we were wishing he wouldn't make it to get a chance to have him back. But we also realized that our love for him was bigger and kept cheering and hoping he will make it all the way to become a guide dog. Well, today marks the official day, the end for us as Doppler puppy raisers, but the beginning of a new phase we hope will brighten Judy's life with the same grit, drive, and love that made a forever paw-shaped mark in our hearts.
Thank you. Congratulations, Judy, and thank you so much for raising Doppler. All right. Next up, we have Bill Barkley of Grand Rapids, Missouri, who received Nadine, a female black Labrador retriever raised by Amy Gill of Yuma, Arizona, Carol Sawyer of Yuma, Arizona. Bill is retired from his career in corporate sales. He now focuses on deafblind advocacy and public speaking. Nadine will be joining 8 other pups in the extended family, along with 5 grandchildren. Bill and Nadine will be off to travel the world with their first stop in New Zealand. All right.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I do want to say, Judy, that was a beautiful story, so a great tribute. I have Usher syndrome, which is the leading cause of deaf blindness in the world. And so I lost my hearing at a very young age. And then as a young adult, I found out that I was going blind. So Helen Keller naturally rang in my head a lot. And there's a beautiful quote out in the hallway there that says, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." And that's really what the spirit of guide dogs is all about. Sit. Way to go. Good girl. Yeah, good work. And so as I travel and do advocacy and public speaking, I like to speak a lot about the importance of having a strong rope team in one's life. And by that I mean for any individual, whether you have disabilities or not. So the puppy raising portion of where we are today is huge, and I'm extremely grateful for it. You've been a member of my rope team for some time now, the 2 of you. You just never knew it. And you have a very special dog that you've given me. And that's a dog that serves. And that's one that does it selflessly. And it's a powerful testament to the ways that we can all transcend the human condition that we all face, whether it be barriers, challenges, or deaf blindness. Nadine has given me new eyes to see. A world perspective based on trust, respect, loyalty, curiosity, but most of all, selflessness. She's a go-getter. So to make all of this happen, it takes special people, like the 2 of you, to get up every morning, to help develop this dog, feed the dog, and do everything that it takes to make to the very point we are now an exceptional dog that's a service dog, the highest distinction any dog can serve. So I looked up the word Nadine, and what was interesting is it's a French word and also a Russian word. And it means 2 things, showers of blessings and hope. So I want to thank Guide Dog and my puppy raisers for giving me both of those gifts as I move forward in the next chapter with my second guide dog.
Hi, I'm Carol, one of the puppy raisers. And I would like to give many thanks to the wonderful and talented leaders in Yuma, Arizona, and our very tiny, small group of puppy raisers, Tim and Laura. And I'm going to include you too, Susie, because we still count you as a Yuma member. And to the staff here, it never ceases to amaze me to see the finished product, these dogs. I mean, we get a little tiny puppy, and then we put a great dog back on the puppy truck, but it's amazing what they turn into when we come back and get to see them just before they start their career. Nadine, AKA Wiggles. I have to say that the first pup date, the third word was wiggles. I know everybody has heard wiggle butt. We've heard it here today once before. But Nadine does not wiggle her butt. She is not a wiggle butt. She is a wiggle body. She wiggles from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. And if she's going away from me towards someone else, wiggling all the way, it's surprising because she gets so much lateral movement that she gets any forward momentum at all. And from the rear, her legs, her hiney legs look like she's dancing. And it's really funny. Nadine greets everyone with enthusiasm, wiggles. She knows no strangers, only friends that she hasn't met yet. I often said that she thinks she's the Walmart greeter of the world. And her hardest lesson to learn was she can't greet everybody all the time. She was always a joyful, happy puppy girl, happy girl. We played a game sometimes that she kind of invented. I'd take her out to relieve, usually the second time in the day, and I'd let her go after we were done, and after she was done. And she would go around the corner of the house and then peek back out at me, like playing peekaboo. And if I was in the mood, I would just make like I was scaring her, like boo. And she would do this, and she would run for the grass. She'd get to the grass, and then she would spin like a whirling dervish. And spin and spin and spin. Run back to me, and I would do this. Somebody said, that's like your Jedi hand. And she would go back and spin and spin and spin again. I have a video if you need proof. Yeah. I did not mean to overlap puppies, but I did. For 6 weeks, I had an older dog who should have come back, but was delayed. And then little Nadine. And the older dog was a great mentor, has been mentioned before today, great playmate, and I would do that again. Nadine loves to have her nails done, more so than any dog I have ever had. When I start getting the supplies ready and the kibble, she can hardly wait for me to get down on the floor. And then she throws herself on the floor, upside down, paws in the air, ready for her pedicure. It sounds like Nadine is going to need a little dog passport with Bill. She is truly going to have an exciting life full of great adventures. I want to go with them. Bill, good luck to you and safe travels for both of you, and we need pictures. Yeah. Please.
Good.
I was going to thank our Yuma Club also, but I'm glad you did that. We didn't talk about what we were going to say. But Bill, meeting you right now was fabulous. Your enthusiasm for life and your joy and the love for your family and for your advocacy and just the way you live is how Nadine is. You know, I said she is so joyful, one of the most joyful puppies I've ever been around. She even, some people were talking about different things, and I shared with Bill, you know, she'd get these toys up and try to go to our other dog, but if they weren't looking, she'd go to the funny little dogs and push them, and those were our cats. That she thought, hey. And so she'll be with so many wonderful other dogs and kids and on the lake, and we're a small part of the village. And she's gone to book clubs, she's gone to PEO meetings, she's gone to on all these trips, but nothing compared to what you're going to be taking her on. And we say we're kind of kindergarten, and we send them to college, and she's getting her PhD with you.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Congratulations. And I realized my mistake as I was saying it. Bill's from Michigan, not Missouri, so I apologize there, Bill. All right, next up we have Caroline Salemba of Surrey, British Columbia, who received Goalie, a male black Labrador Retriever. Goalie was raised by Susie and Steve Wise of Fort Collins, Colorado, and Jenny Gubner and Sydney Stento, hopefully I said that right, of Denver, California. Great. Caroline is happy to take one more dog off the unemployment list. She notes that Goalie is a happy dog with a job.
Hi. Well, I'm going to seem like the hillbilly in all of this because, I'm going to be short and sweet. This is what freedom looks like for me right here. Smile, boo-boo. Okay. So I really want to thank the volunteers, the puppy raisers, and the cooks, and the people that so graciously clean after us and make sure everything's comfortable, and the trainers that are so patient, the instructors that don't rush to correct you, and they help you to become a cohesive team in short time, 2 weeks. Sometimes you just live for the lunch that's coming because it's been a tough morning. But I gotta say, I had the privilege of going to Doggy Disneyland twice now because this is boo-boo number 2.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. Goalie was our first puppy. This is my fiance, Sydney. She'll talk in a second. But Goalie, he was our first puppy. We got him when he was about 4 months old from the Weiss family. And so he was immediately taken in and so special to us. We both taught each other so much. We learned a lot with him being our first puppy, and I hope he learned a lot from us. He was always super eager to please, very excited to play. He had many nicknames, as you can see from his massive head. Bubba was a very fitting nickname, so I'd always call him Bubba. We'd call him G-Man, and I think one of my favorites was Go-Go, because he was always going with us, always ready to go. Very excited for the next adventure with 4 paws in. He was a work hard, play hard kind of dog, and it sounds like he still is based on what Caroline was telling us. When he's working, and then when that harness or the vest came off, he was a goofball running around the yard, so we had a lot of fun playing together. He used to chase his tail in between our legs and go bobbing for ice cubes in the water. So yeah, we had a lot of fun, and he was always so lovable. If you sat down on the floor, he would just curl right up in your lap. Watching him with Caroline, it was super clear to me that, he already loves you so much, and just seeing him, resting his head on your legs and checking in with you, I can tell that there's a bond there, and I'm so excited to see what the future has in store for you both, and I think you're going to be an amazing team.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna see if I can do this. I'm Sydney. Goalie came into our lives after we had lost our personal dog, and he did a lot to heal our family. He is an exuberant and kind soul, and we love him very dearly. From the time we got him, we believed that he knew that he was supposed to be someone's eyes, but he just didn't know how he was supposed to do that yet. So anytime we would cross the street, he looked both ways, and he would crane his neck to look up over the dashboard when we were driving, just make sure we knew what we were doing. Even when he wasn't sure what we wanted him to do, it was obvious he wanted to please us, and he loved to work for us, and it's clear watching you two together that he loves to work for you. I think everyone has said today that all of the puppies are raised by a village, but I think that that is especially true for puppies raised by first-time raisers. So we wanted to make sure to say thank you to the Weiss family who gave him such a good start, the Boulder, Colorado Puppy Club, our puppy field manager, Lauren, and our leaders, especially Kelsey Mammon, who received a lot of panic text messages from me over the course of a year. I also wanted to say thank you to Daisy Filtron and my mom, Laura Stento, both of whom are experienced raisers that have been amazing mentors. We are grateful to have known and loved this very special dog. I know he will work hard to keep you safe and he will love you deeply. And our job now as raisers is to stand back and watch the two of you shine together. So we wish you both the absolute best of luck in your new partnership.
Thank you.
All right. So I have a note from Susie and Steve Weiss, who also participated in raising Goalie. So we are so proud to have been part of Goalie's life journey. We knew from the start that he would make an excellent guide dog and a fabulous companion for his future human partner. From the very start, he was eager to please and quick to learn everything from potty training to navigating 3 flights of stairs to our apartment. It wasn't long before we can confidently take Goalie with us everywhere. He was easily the star attraction. Ooh, hello. Okay, I will continue. Easily the star attraction everywhere at the seats for the Colorado State football games. He impressed everyone with his calm and gracious manners, no matter the score. He never even flinched when they shot the cannon to celebrate touchdown. Although we would have loved to have been there at his graduation in person, we had a former commitment to pup sit a black lab from our Fort Collins club, along with our current black lab puppy. Rest assured, we will be watching online while snuggling our future GDB graduates. With much love and good wishes for all your adventures together.
Nice.
Up on the screen, there is a photo of Goalie wearing his green GDB coat, sitting next to the floor to his ceiling glass windows. Hello, thank you. Looking down to the football field at the Colorado State Rams football game. All right. Thank you. And congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're going, right?
Yes, yes. All right, up next we have Billy Spirey of Eugene, Oregon, who received a Neptune, a male yellow Labrador retriever, raised by Lisa and Richard Lambie of Springville, California. Neptune is Billy's 6th guide. Billy previously had a career as a human resource specialist and civil rights attorney. These days, Billy is pursuing his passion as a musician, a performer, and a keynote speaker. He looks forward to having Neptune join him on stage. Here you go, Billy.
Thank you. Come here. Come on, buddy. Heel. Priscilla's his favorite person. One of them. Sit down. All right, that's a decent place for you. Here you go, buddy. It's been an interesting last 2.5 years. I lost my 5th dog unexpectedly to a condition that took him kind of fast. And I've never been through that kind of weight before, that kind of a transition. And, you always look for the silver lining of an experience like that. And it was kind of hard to find it. It slows you down when you rely on these people, these dogs, I think of them. When you rely upon these dogs for as long as I have, since about 1992, they become part of who you are. They give you independence. They give you speed. They give you safety. They give you the ability to navigate the world with confidence. And when that's taken away for an extended period of time, it becomes painfully apparent how much they mean. And it's an homage to my past dog, Ardal, who was phenomenal. He was a blues dog. He used to sing when I played the harmonica. And he was on with me in some really important parts of my journey. And it took some time to get my head around the idea of shifting that to another dog. But I've got quite a guy here, Neptune. You know, the trainers here, the puppy raisers, Lisa and Rich, they found a dog that I know is going to be special for a long time. He's fast, he's sensitive, he's a lover. He's unlike any other dog. You know, it's when you meet people, they're all unique too. And he certainly is. You know, the muses this morning, you know, as a musician, I've had a class for 2 weeks saying, write a song, do something, you know, you guys, can you sing? It doesn't work that way. And you never know when the muses are going to hit you. And as people who have been trying to interact with me this morning may be gathering, they walked into the room this morning. And it gets a little distracting. So I need to let a little of that out, if that's okay. Wake up in the morning, trying to clear my mind. I feel your joyous celebration, and I feel your eyes. You're already teaching me how to leave the night behind. And now you're going to show me how to make it a better day. And I know you're going to show me. You're going to show me. Sometimes the road ain't easy. Sometimes it's too hard to face. But with you beside me, you remind me it's not a race, and you're gonna show me. Catching my breath, reaching for the flow. I need to remind myself to settle. Remember, I'm not alone. You're already teaching me how to trust. You already know where to go. You're going to take me to another day. And I really know you're going to show me. You're going to show me. I want to thank, you know, it was a great class. You guys were all grown-ups. It was weird. You know, I've been in classes where it would be really hard to say that, you know. But you were all grown-ups, and you were all wonderful, and I enjoyed every time we sat down together to share a meal or to sit in the lounge, tell stories about our dogs in the past and tell about our dogs in the present. And that's something that I'll carry forward with me, you know. I feel like I have more family now. And I want us to all stay in touch, you know. And these trainers, Priscilla, you're a little weird, but but you took me to the ocean, you know, you took me to the bay, and I got to discover that this guy would rather drag me to the bridge than take me around on the road. You know, and I love that about him, and I love his enthusiasm, and I love your love for this dog. You know, it's so clear in the way that he was trained. And Stacy and the rest of the team, you guys all were showing that kind of love, not only for these dogs, but for us. It's hard to find that in the world these days. You know, we need to find more of that in the world these days, more of love, more of that kind of caring. So thank you to GDB. Thank you to this staff, which took care of us like kids when we needed to be taken care of. And that's what means a lot to, I think my family would all say the same, wouldn't you guys? Yeah. So thank you.
You don't want me to sing, trust me. But I shouldn't be here today. And I'm just going to give a big shout out to a woman in Texas who got a hold of me on Facebook. And she said, I raised a puppy named Bonbon, and she just mated with a puppy you raised, Nicolaj. And we were already raising a Nicolaj puppy at that time, and that was gonna be our last puppy to raise fully. We were just gonna be starters. And puppy starters, in case you don't know, that's people, crazy people who like baby puppies and doing the potty training and the teething and all that fun stuff. That's me. So when she told me, Lorianne, big shout out to Lorianne Cash, when she told me that our dogs had mated, I just knew I needed to have one of those puppies. So we were here at the 1000th graduation. We had another dog that was graduating as a canine buddy, and he was 7.5 weeks, but we live about 5 hours from here, so they were kind enough to let us pick him up that day. And this little bundle of joy, this little golden guy. So I can't say enough about this team. They deserve each other. You deserve each other in the best possible way.
Thank you.
So anyway, it's been a joy to raise this dog. He's a silly boy sometimes, but you put on that jacket or now the harness and it's game time. He's ready to work. Serious.
That's right.
Take that off and he's silly. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to my husband.
Before I talk about Neptune, from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank Guide Dogs for the Blind for letting us have the privilege to raise guide dog puppies. I have 2 children, one's 45 and one's 43, and back in the 90s when they were in middle school, we started raising guide dogs for the blind. The neat thing about that, our kids, I think through guide dogs, became better people. One, they learned how to give back to society. So important. 2, commitment level. You work hard and you finish that commitment. And most of you that raise dogs here, it's not a one-person commitment, it's a family commitment. So thank you so much, Guide Dogs. About 8 years ago, our granddaughter approached us and said, hey, can we co-raise some puppies? So again, those same character building skills through raising a puppy has gone 3 generations in the Lambie family. And as they say, changing people's lives one pup at a time. So thank you so much, Guide Dogs. Neptune's a special pup. Number 13 for us, lucky 13. Received him at the 1000th graduation. And I wish we could take some credit for what a good dog that is. It's genetics. From his mom, Bonbon, I believe that soft side of Neptune, Neptune never wants to miss out, always wants to be in the picture. What's going on? FOMO, his name should be FOMO. And then actually got his Bonbon's eyes. And so that's what he got from that side. From the dad side, Nicolaj, who we were lucky to raise as a breeder, really, he's a very good traveler. For us, we travel an hour and 45 minutes for a club meeting, go to an hour, and then an hour and 45 minutes back home. So, good traveler. Second, very confident. Like my wife is saying, that jacket or harness on, it's all work. Take that off, it's the fun side, and he likes to have fun. We live in a little town called Springville. Doesn't have a stop sign. I had a stoplight. We would take him out to do his business in the morning, and there might be deer, quail, squirrels, rabbits when we go for our walk. No sidewalks. So he loves the outdoor side, which Billy loves to hike, which is perfect. So in Oregon, he'll get to experience that. We would drive 45 minutes for what I called my city walks, and he'd get experience the city sounds and elevators and malls, and just is the perfect dog. And we look forward to his adventures with Billy. I do have to warn you, Billy, look out, because he's going to try to steal your show when you're on stage. So you better hope he doesn't learn how to sing. But thank you so much, Guide Dogs and Billy, and we look forward.
There's 3 dogs squadron. 3 dogs.
Oh, yeah, we've had a pretty good rate.
No, I mean here.
Oh, also, 3 of the siblings are here today graduating. Either is. So it's a pretty good group. So, like I said, thank you so much for everything, Guide Dogs.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you and congratulations. All right, next up we have Lucinda Talkington of Woodland, California, who received Vanya, a female black Labrador Retriever. Vanya was raised by Janine and Madeline Weston of Fremont, California. Lucinda has proclaimed herself as grandmother of this group. At home, she's been a service to her fellow blind community and her Woodland community. She looks forward to Vanya joining her on her adventures.
Hold your hand. Hello. Billy, thank you. I just sat there and cried because when I first came, being the eldest, I felt a little uncomfortable, but I knew I would blend in somehow. And it was when Billy started playing his harmonica in his room, which was about 3 doors down. And I just went outside and listened to that, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful, so I appreciate you so much. But I appreciate each and every one of my other members. They're each unique, and I must admit, we are all characters. We are, oh my God, we are. I'd like to say thank you to my children, and I have 2 of my children here. And they are Emily in the back and Jeffrey. And Emily came a little early to help me pack, which is lovely, because of, being 84, you just sort of, sometimes you need a little bit of help and you have to know when to ask. I have to learn that. And so what I really wanted to thank also are the many people that came to support me, because I love each and every one of them, including one whose name is Mary Allman. And Mary Allman, I went to her 100th birthday 3 weeks ago. And what a woman. This was a goal to come here. And I love it. I love it. Thank you, Mary. Okay. I got involved in the structure of the programs. And so yesterday, we had a person come up to us and give us a survey, evaluation of all the programs. So she started from the top, all the departments, boom, boom, boom. And with the answers, was this good? Was this not good? What would you do to make it better? So I thought that was pretty cool. So went through all the departments. And at the very bottom of that, of course I said, it was excellent. Of course. But when I got to the bottom, it was, I realized I could see the whole thing just flowing, coming down to the teams, which were extraordinary. And I do mean extraordinary, because I'm seeing that from a senior. And the kindness that we received was it hit my heart. It really did. And of course, if I talk about Vanya, or is it, yeah. The first week I had a hard time remembering her name with my senior moments. And so it took me a week, but we finally got together and got it together. And she's very sensitive. I wonder why I was given a sensitive dog. Gee, oh my God. So anyway, all the departments I found very good. There was only one that I did talk about that had a problem with me, or I had a problem with it. And that's the kitchen. The kitchen served the best food. Everything was so good, to the point I've gained 5 pounds. So that is my ending there, and it's true. But this lovely dog is going to go home to my previous dog, because this is my second, and they're going to love each other. And she's easy to love. She is just so easy to love. And in fact, my daughter Emily came in and talked to her for a little while and said, I love her. It's just automatic. These dogs are precious, just plain old precious. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for all that. We're so happy that you have ended up with Vanya. I am Madeline, and this is my mom, and we have raised Vanya together. But it was obvious from a young age that Vanya was incredibly stoic. People would notice her and they would look at her eyes and they'd say, oh my goodness, a wise and loving look is on her face. She is just so beautiful. And over the time that we had Vanya, she found mentorship in another previous puppy we had in training. And then once we had that dog go back to campus, we also picked up not one, but later on another younger puppy. So she got to mentor 2 little ones, and she did a very good job. As she started going out in the world, she was automatically very confident in her skills, and she was very good with her loose leash walking. She did have a couple vices, but one of her specific to her was that she had an urge to collect a minimum of about 5 shoes in her crate, and she would pick them up and then tiptoe down the hallway, so you know that she had one. So hopefully she's grown out of that. But she had incredible focus and would try with familiar handlers, but even when she was given to someone who was maybe new to handling a dog or just a younger person or anything, she would try just as hard and she would do what she knew to be correct, which is very amazing. And when my cousin came to visit from out of state, they became really good friends, and any feelings of homesickness that she was having were just squashed because of the bond that Vanya and her had. So she was also very sweet to any children she spent time with, and when she would go to church, she would interact with a lot of children, and there was one child who had special needs, and someone gave him a pack of stickers, and he saw Vanya, and his first instinct was to go and poke her and bother her to get some kind of reaction, and I tried to encourage him to do something else, I don't know, put stickers on her. And so he ended up putting about 20 different colored heart stickers all over her green puppy in training jacket as she just slept away. She also got to go to community college with me, and some of the classes I took that semester or year were large lecture halls, choir classes, and she also got to go to Pilates. And I think Pilates was her favorite because I would roll out the mat and I'd put a towel down, and instead of going on the towel that I put for her, she would insist that we had to share the mat, like every session. And I'm just so glad that this partnership is happening. These two are perfect for each other, I think. And I can't wait to see how everything progresses.
Thank you.
So I just want to thank everyone, Lucinda, guide dogs, club leaders, everyone, thank you.
My name is Janine. I'm the other puppy raiser and mother of Madeline from the Fremont Puppy Raising Club, and it feels great to be here today. We've been to many graduations, but this is the first where we have a guide.
Yes.
We can feel the love in this room today. We can feel the positivity with everyone's thoughts that they've shared. And 11 years ago, we came to this campus when this one was 8 years old on a tour with our homeschool club. And we set out to learn about these guide dogs, these amazing dogs. And I had a friend in the group who said, I'm gonna raise one, you in? And I took a deep breath and I thought, well, we have a lot going on right now. But sure, yes, sign us up, we're gonna do it. So we set out to raise a couple of puppies and with our kids. And we didn't know that that one brave step toward trying something new set us up for this lifelong adventure. We will not stop doing this. There is no end in sight. We are currently raising puppy number 10, and Vanya was our puppy number 8. And we've seen successes. We've seen some of our dogs become breeders, one that became a PTSD support dog, one that became a dog for diabetics through partnerships that Guide Dogs for the Blind has with other service dog organizations. And this is our first guide, as I mentioned. And the most common thing we hear as puppy raisers, and I know all the puppy raisers in the room get this, oh, I could never raise a puppy. That would be so hard to give them away. When in actuality, as raisers, we are simply lifting them up, allowing them to fly with their new companions. And the most important thing that we have learned as puppy raisers is to have great expectations of each and every puppy, and of course, each and every individual that we come in contact with. We know that we can all grow, we can all learn, we can all change, we can all magnify our talents and abilities. And that is our role, supporting, nurturing, loving, and encouraging one another. Vanya, born on Valentine's Day, this beautiful female black Labrador retriever, came into this world to receive that name, which we looked it up because we were curious as to what Vanya could mean. And we settled on the meaning gracious gift of God. And we believe her name promises that for you, Lucinda.
Thank you.
Not only did we benefit from raising Vanya and the other puppies in our home, but our family, our friends, our club puppy sitters, veterinarians, colleagues, family members, the GDB instructors, the staff here, and students in my classes have all come in contact with these wonderful dogs. And now Vanya is your guide, your companion, your support to you, Lucinda. And you know her.
I do.
You love her already.
I do.
Now, don't let Lucinda's height fool you. She will tell you she's short in stature, but she is a fireball of a woman. She is a force for good. We've learned a little bit about Lucinda. We've done some research, and we have discovered her work supporting others with visual impairments and significantly changing the lives of others in her community. And she is a bridge builder. She's bridging understanding for those with vision challenges in our world. Russell M. Nelson once said, "Imagine how different our world could be if more of us were peacemakers, building bridges of understanding rather than walls of prejudice, especially with those who may see the world differently than we do." And we are honored to play a small part in this process of becoming peacemakers by building those bridges of understanding as we raise these amazing puppies to become working guides, bringing and sharing the joy, building that confidence, and making all of these wonderful connections in the world around us. So Lucinda, may you and Vanya both be blessed to see the world differently, to continue to build those bridges of understanding, and congratulations on this milestone in your journey together.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Lucinda.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next up, we have Michelle Yu of El Cerrito, who received in-home training with Poco, a male black Labrador Retriever. Poco was raised by Yaping Liu and Brianna Bristol and Bryce Lee of Grass Valley, California. Leland Natalie Tristan Eid Evan Strichter of Sparks, Nevada. And Michelle is a new mother to an 11-month-old baby boy. And Poco is her second guide.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to thank a few people. Thank you to Yaping and Bryce for raising the most perfect and affectionate dog. As Priscilla said, I did my in-home training the past week and a half, and I want to thank my instructor, Emily Crisp, who isn't here today, but she knows. And then finally, thank you to GDB, an organization that means so much to me, Poco Sit. And grateful is just an understatement. Thank you so much for everything, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us.
Now time for the puppy raising.
Well, my name is Yaping. Poco is our second puppy that me and my children raised, and he is our first guide. So yeah, we made it. Poco, we call him Pokey because we have a pet dog, Coco, that's kind of, closely sound together. So we name him Pokey. Every time we go grab some Pokey, we remember Pokey somewhere working. So Pokey is a blessing in a way that this experience truly enriched my life, me and my children's life. And I have 2 other girls not here today, but we started out this journey a couple years ago, finding a volunteer opportunity because we moved to a more rural community. I want me and my kids to be able to find something to do and build the community. And here we are. We thank to our local club of Grass Valley Racers Club that started out this journey. They are my extended family and village. And it's amazing. Our first puppy did not succeed, but this one is amazing. That quickly made it to the official guide that we were so excited. So Pokey, I call him the 4-legged son that I never had, and 4-legged brother my son never had. He's only human son that I have. So, so Pokey really keep us physically and emotionally healthy. I think most of you would say so too. So we made a lot of experiences, good memories, and overcome some challenges, and then achieved one milestone after another until he become a guy. So one thing I'm really grateful for is that the day Pokey come to our home is also the day that we have to let go our first puppy who was transferred to another raiser. So that was hard, but in a way now I reflect that is the biggest blessing, because that allowed me to see that, you know, we can continue this journey and really expanded our capacity to not only love and receive love. So my phase of transitioning, of having to say bye to the first puppy, but say welcome to the second one on the same day, is a very meaningful experience, because I see beyond just raising one or losing, but rather to be able to continue. And that capacity that I see us be able to love, just like, it actually prepared me to the day that my son have to fly off next to go to college. That kind of similarly prepared me, right? Because I have to let the first or second puppy to be recalled. That kind of similar prepared me for the day that I have to say bye to my son. So I think everything works out well. I think this is really a great experience of raising. I see many family raise 10 or 20. That's amazing. I think it's more rewarding experience to witness a transformation, not just in the dog from a puppy to a guy, but also transformation in my little village. There's so many high school kids who participated, and their life have been changed. They have become very good kid. And my son also, I would say that he would also say something. It's a meaningful journey, and I really appreciate that we were allowed to be part of this great work. Yeah, and I really wish that Poco, you know, be a great addition to your life, Michelle and your family. And I want to stay in touch and hopefully to see this, he's putting good work. Thank you very much. And bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Bryce. I helped raise Poco, and I took him to high school like basically every day. It was an incredible experience because I would get bored in class and I would look down and I would realize I could pet a dog, and it was truly amazing. That I was allowed to do that. But yeah, he's a great dog, great genetics, great obedience and all that. Really appreciate being able to raise him. My favorite thing about him is that when he's eating, he will be very, very focused on the food. And my favorite thing to do would be to pet him, and he would perform the most aggressive wiggles of known to mankind. And but he wouldn't look up from the food. He would continue eating. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So I just did that whenever he's eating. Anyway, great experience. I enjoyed raising him. I don't have much to say because I didn't realize I had to talk today.
Can I add one thing, highlight that Pokey is the best dog that loves to swim, love to fetch, very outgoing and sporty, and I think your family will enjoy him.
Yes, you will. Congratulations again. All right, congratulations to all the guide dog class here. Next, I will be passing it on to Lauren Holtz, who will be presenting our breeder graduates today.
Thank you guys so much. My name is Lauren Holtz. I am the breeding manager here at Guide Dogs for the Blind. And most days, that means I get the honor of working with some tremendous colleagues who are specialists in reproduction and genetics. I always like to shout out our canine welfare neonatal team and our vet teams when I get a chance to come to graduation, because they aren't in the room with us. Hopefully they're watching live, but they are back in the puppy center taking care of our next generation, and in the vet clinic taking care of our expectant mothers. So I just want to shout them out and also tell you that they are also tremendous people that are so proud of all of our graduates today. So I get the privilege of presenting 2 new breeders to you today. Here at Guide Dogs for the Blind, we breed Labradors, Goldens, and Lab Golden crosses that are specially selected for their wonderful temperament and health traits in order for us to be able to place guide dogs and canine buddies 2 years from now. So all of you that are graduating today, we dreamed up this day 2 years ago. So thank you for all being here, and thank you to the village for making it so. Once a breeding dog is selected for our breeding program, they are placed into loving, caring homes of our volunteer breeder custodians that are carefully screened and selected and must live within a 50-mile radius of our campus here in San Rafael. I want to give a huge shout out to those breeder custodians. Without our breeder custodians who take that puppy that came in from their puppy raiser, we've pulled them into the breeding program, and now we have added another link in the chain that makes this all work in our breeder custodians who love and care for our dogs. And again, this could not be possible without them giving that loving home to our moms and dads. So first up, I have the privilege of introducing Nabucco. She is a female black Labrador. She was raised by Jen Lomax and Pat Holmes of Meridian, Idaho. And her breeder custodian is Elizabeth, Brian, Annie, and Caroline Murphy. Come on up, guys. And Nabucco is the third N puppy that's graduating today. We don't, because of the way that we stagger which campuses dogs go to and at the times that they come in, we don't always get the privilege of having siblings all graduate in the same graduation. So it is very special to have 3 N puppies graduating today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pat Holmes, and I would like to thank the Boise Club. And when we, there you go. I'll get you. When we started with the club, it was run by Kate Richardson, that's now a trainer, a private trainer. She was with the club, I think, 20 years. And Brittany Picker, who's now in vet school in Washington. And they've turned over the club to Laura and Nikki Mitchell. And we are so proud and blessed to have raised Nabucco, the 3rd Bontini puppy. Let's hear it for the Bontinis. Yes. When you return your puppy to the campus, you don't hear for a while what the puppy's doing. You do get pup dates, and we looked forward to those. And then we found out she was going to be a breeder. But where was she going? And then we got in touch with Elizabeth, and we were blessed by the picture that she sent us. Caroline and Annie were in their school uniforms, loving on Nabucco. So Nabucco was in the perfect home. Yeah, that's your brother. And Nabucco, I thought this was the 3rd puppy that we had. The first one, I'm going to give a shout out to our puppy field manager, Linda, because our first puppy was career changed, and we tried everything. and you go for evaluations. How many have been to school conferences with the teachers talking about your kids? Well, this is worse. Because Jennifer tried and tried, and I could see, oh, here it comes. Her chin starts going like this, and I think it was the first time a puppy raiser had cried in front of the field manager. Yeah. And Linda probably thought, these people aren't coming back. But we dug in our heels. We have a guide that's working in Ontario, and now we have a breeder puppy, and with the most wonderful family. This one, I don't know, does she snore? Yes. Brea snored too. So I had Brea, Nabucco, and my husband on a CPAP machine, and I was sandwiched between the three. So hopefully our next one tomorrow won't be a snorer. But she loves kids, and she's in the perfect family. And toys. I've never bought so many toys, bones, anything. But she has a favorite toy. And Jen's going to give them her favorite toy. Here you go.
Well, you guys thought we gave you one of her favorite toys when we brought her Fishbone earlier today. But the toy that I'm going to give you here in just a moment was something Nabucco found for herself and decided it was the best toy ever. She enjoyed pouncing on it, pawing on it, and even throwing it around the yard as best she could. So I'm going to grab that. This is Nabucco's toy. It's a nice Boise, Idaho river rock that she will enjoy in your yard now as much as she enjoyed it in our yard. So, like my mom, Pat, said, Nabucco, she was our third puppy. And for me, it was a moment of completion, with our first dog being career changed. And our second puppy we took over raising at 6 months old. You begin to wonder, can I really do this successfully from the beginning? And we had Nabucco. I say she was a special puppy because when we returned Brea to campus, Nabucco was waiting for us at the Oregon campus, which doesn't happen, but because they were remodeling the puppy center, they had puppies up there. So we took her home the very next day, and she just filled our hearts. Nabucco's name in Japanese means faithful, good girl. And from the moment we brought her home, she was and is.
Is it going like this? Check it out.
Faithful. She grew up with my son and daughter, and so she loves children. One of her favorite things was to go to church each week and be surrounded by kids, all her size, at her height. And so when I got that first picture that she was living with 2 little girls, I was like, this is perfect. This is what Nabucco was meant to do. Like her sister Nadine and like her brother Neptune, she is a wiggle, and she lets you know she loves you with her whole body. So her nickname at our house was Wiggle Waggle. She greets people with her entire body, and she lets them know that she loves them and cares about them. She made us smile in so many ways that she developed friendships all across Meridian, Idaho. People would look for her at regular places and ask us when we went to even stores like Kohl's, where's Nabucco? So she was very memorable, and we know that she will continue to make memories along this journey. We've just been so blessed to have her and to raise her, and we can't wait to raise one of her future puppies. Yeah.
Thank you both so much. She's sweet. She's bred to be sweet, but you all just, put the extra spark in her. She's been nothing but a blessing in our home. She does snore. And for a while, both girls were saying, I hope Nabucco sleeps in my room. I hope she sleeps in my room. Truly, in the middle of the night, she'll start Nanny's room, and then she goes to Caroline's room. And in the morning, if I won't get up, she comes into my room and gets me up. But she truly is unbelievably faithful. She's loyal, and we know she'll pass that on to generations and generations of sweet guide dogs in the future. And so thank you both, and thank you for letting us be a part of this amazing program. Thank you.
Brian, do you want to talk?
Thank you guys so much. All right, next up, we have Radu, a black Labrador male. And he was raised by Janica Wood of Escondido, California. Unfortunately, his breeder custodian, Kevin Ho, cannot be here. Come on up, Radu.
Nicely done, nicely done. Thank you. So excited. Hello, my name is Jenica Wood. I'm from the San Diego Club. Radu was my first puppy, and I'm gonna miss him so much. I wanted to start off by thanking my family as well as FFA. Without them, I wouldn't be able to go through with this opportunity, and it truly was an amazing opportunity. I spent the entirety of my senior year with Radu, and he made it such a wonderful experience overall. Without him, it wouldn't have been the same. Like said earlier, it's amazing petting a dog in class. One of my favorite memories is going to school every day, and we would get there a little bit early. It'd be a little bit chilly in the morning, and the first thing I would do the second I turned off my car is he would pop his little head up and then put his head right on my shoulder, and we would just spend time together the entire morning. And it's little memories like that that you don't realize how much you cherish and how much joy it brings you until it's gone. And lastly, I did want to thank GDB. I know that everybody involved in this incredible program puts in so much time, effort, and dedication, so thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so we'll start dreaming up that next generation, right? We'll all be back here in 2 years, something like that. All right, I am going to pass things over to Stacey Ellison and Carlos Gutierrez for a guide work demo. Yeah. You? Okay.
Whoop, whoop. All right. What a beautiful ceremony. I know we're going long here. It's been a long time sitting, so we'll get moving here. But I did want to say I was the class supervisor for the guide dog class, graduating class. Judy, Bill, Caroline, Billy, Lucinda, and Michelle. It's been an honor and privilege to work with all of you. It's been a fun graduation and a fun class, and I wish you all well, good skill. You're experienced handlers, and you're hit the ground running, I'm sure. So, okay, so let's get started we're going to be demonstrating today how to teach a guide dog to target something, such as a pole, a chair, an APS, pole, a bus bench, or something like that. So I just wanted to state for the guide dog clients, this is for demonstration purposes only, although it really doesn't take much longer in real life, but we'll be increasing the distance from the target a lot faster than we would in real life. Again, demo purposes. All right, so we've been using food in our program for about 2 decades. Shortly after that, we introduced the clicker. I cheat and I use my mouth. It's one less thing to have in my hand. I'm assuming that several of you or many of you are familiar with the clicker. They've been used in the marine world, marine animal world for a long time. We adopted, I think we were probably one of the first guide dog schools to use the clicker. It's an audible marker that marks a behavior that we would like the dog to repeat again and again and again. The beauty of using a clicker is it's a very clean, timely way to communicate with the dog. that the behavior they just did is something we would like them to repeat again, even better than food and praise. Now, food and praise is still valuable once a behavior has been established. To maintain it, we're talking about the learning phase. So you know what's really cool about the clicker is that you can teach a dog to do something, do a behavior with the clicker, not practice, I'm not going to advise this for guide dog clients, but to not practice that behavior for a very long time, and the dog will remember the behavior. They retain it for, not only does it speed up learning, but they retain the behavior for a lifetime. So really, really great tool to use. So what we'd like to do is demonstrate, and we'd like to invite Carlos Gutierrez and guide dog Damien, he has a brother graduating today, up front here. And in fact, his brother just said hi to him. So what Carlos is going to be doing before we introduce, well, actually what I forgot to mention is the way we have to get the dog to understand that the clicker is a good thing. So we pair it up with food. So that's called clicker loading. And it sounds really scientific, and well, it is scientific, but it sounds really complicated, but really you're basically just click feed, click feed, click feed for about 5 minutes. Actually, with these guys, it probably takes 90 seconds for them to understand click means food. And then we're able to use that audible marker for a lot of responses, such as targeting curbs, straight approaches, focus, a lead. There's many, many, many behaviors that we use in our program with the clicker. Okay, so this dog is obviously clicker loaded. He knows what the click means. In order to get our dogs into the game before we start to teach them, say we're going to be targeting this chair, Carlos is going to just use a fist and do some targeting with his fist to get Damien into the game of targeting. Good boy. So Carlos will vary the position of the fist, and then once the dog is reliably clicking the fist, then we put the fist on whatever we want to target. And in this case, it's the chair. And he's also feeding at the chair as well, so that the dog is understanding that this is the target. Gradually, what Carlos is going to do, as he's already doing, is backing away from the chair gradually. It's like we call this back chaining. So link by link, that we're practicing the end behavior first, and that strengthens the response in the dog to want to get to that target. So what Carlos is now doing, he's gradually backing away slowly and slowly, and we're also looking for anticipation in the dog. So we're not naming it. We're not naming this yet. We're getting the behavior first, and then we name it later, such as find the chair or chair. And so Carlos is now going to be backing away. He's starting to show what, he's also saying hi. He's congratulating Bill's dog. Okay, good boy, Damien. So once, as you can see, he's very happy. And what I love about the clicker is in our program, okay, whoops, here we go. He's picked up the handle because Damien started anticipating. Anticipation is a good thing. And he's starting to anticipate where he needs to go to target. So once that happens, Carlos raised the criteria yet again and picked up the handle. So now we're working. And good boy. All right, and now for demonstration purposes, I think Carlos is going to head all the way to the lobby, and he's got lots of visitors between here and the chair. Do you think he's going to make it? Yeah? Okay, let's see what Damien does. We're all rooting for you, Damien. Yes! Woo! Good boy. What a sweet boy. And Carlos then sits down to complete the exercise to make it relevant, because the dogs, they want to know why we're doing this. What's the purpose of it? So fantastic. Thank you very much, Carlos. And Damien, good boy. Yeah. All right. Well, I'd like to congratulate everyone today before I hand it over to Jaffer, the 6 guide dog teams. Congratulations. Good luck and good skill on your transition home. To our new canine buddy partnerships, and 2 handsome breeders that have been added to our breeding colony. So thank you everyone for being here, and Joffer's going to close out.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Carlos. I just want to take this opportunity again to thank you all for joining us here today. Thank you all for being vulnerable, sharing your stories that were just so passionate. And again, love that come, a lot of gratitude here, but love was a common theme throughout all of this. And I think that's an important, I think you mentioned, if we could all spread more of that, I think we would all be in a better place. So it's been a lot of that here today, and I look forward to, again, hearing more about the stories, and hopefully you can go home and create these lifelong partnerships together. And just wanted to thank, again, everyone for making this possible. If you're interested in our organization, there's a lot of opportunities to be part of it. I mentioned our large community that we have. Volunteering is one way. And if you're interested in doing that, we've heard from a few puppy raising volunteers. There's a lot of other opportunities, again, including even our department in accounting. We'd love to be a part of it in any way that you can. Come join our staff. There's opportunities there as well. Or if you know anyone that would benefit from our services, we recommend go to www.guidedogs.com to find out more about all those opportunities. Okay. You're also all invited to a very special opportunity. On Friday, December 5th, we will have our holiday luncheon at the beautiful Westin St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco. And if you want to find out more information about that, how to purchase tickets can be found on the back of your program today or on the postcards in the back of the room. It is our largest fundraiser of the year, and very exciting features. It features a puppy delivery and a puppy parade, so I wouldn't miss that if I were you. All right. And if you're not able to make it to that and be part of that and able to fundraise with us, we offer opportunities where you can text partnerships to 50155 and donate and help support our mission through your generosity. Again, partnerships to 50155. Okay. And again, just wanted to thank everyone. We'll start by thanking all of our viewers at home. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope to see you soon. For those that are here,